New at 10, the Arizona Attorney General's office is now involved in the investigation into Emily Pike's disappearance and death. This comes after the San Carlos Apache Tribal Council and State Senator Karen Warner requested their involvement. Good evening and thanks so much for joining us for 12 News at 10. I'm Kariba Devine.
And I'm Troy Hayden. Mark's off tonight. This case is terrible and mysterious. A young girl found dismembered, and there are very few leads into who did this. 12 News journalist Bianca Bono is live with new developments on the case tonight. Bianca?
Yeah, well, in a couple of weeks, there will be a hearing here at the Capitol to discuss group home regulations in light of Emily Pike's death, something Senator Warner believes will lead to necessary change.
Just an absolute senseless death.
Like everyone who has heard about what happened to 14-year-old Emily Pike, State Senator Karen Warner was horrified.
We just have to do better for our kids that are in care.
Which is why she's calling for a probe of Arizona DCS group home regulations. Pike was murdered and her body dismembered after running away from a Mesa group home where the beloved San Carlos Apache tribal member had been living. Her murder remains unsolved.
I immediately just knew that we needed to take action to come up with some solutions.
Warner has also called on the Arizona Attorney General's office to investigate. And on Thursday, 12 News obtaining correspondence showing that's happening. Letters from AG Chris Mays to Warner and to the San Carlos Apache Tribal Council stating her office is providing investigative assistance to both Gila County and the FBI. As that investigation continues, Warner has met with both DCS and tribal leaders to try and understand why group home residents go missing and the policies and procedures for when they do.
When you have a child who's a tribal member and they go into a DCS care, there's a breakdown in the communication and the sharing of information.
Information like the child's background and needs. Details that are critical when it comes to establishing appropriate care.
That would be something that would be very helpful in coming out of this committee that we could put into either legislation or a policy.
DCS has also launched its own licensing inquiry into the Mesa group home where Pike lived. But the problem of minors going missing or running away from DCS care is not isolated to one facility. Data shows as of December, there are 17 children in DCS care who are missing or abducted, and 93 children on runaway status, 35 who ran away from group homes.
Those things shouldn't be happening.
This won't be the first time the legislature has held an oversight hearing relating to group homes. Less than 3 years ago, a similar oversight hearing was held after a teen shot and killed another resident at a group home in Phoenix.
How would you respond to Arizonans that are frustrated by that there hasn't been action taken or that we're still experiencing issues with group homes?
That was part of the reason why this committee hearing is so important to me, because we do need to put real solutions to the problems. And I don't know what happened after the hearings for that particular incident, but obviously whatever that was, it didn't work.
And I did speak with the CEO of the group home where Emily Pike lived today. She said she would like to participate in that upcoming hearing. Guys?
Yeah, the group home issue is tough, right? Because you've got a collection of people who are at risk, these young people at risk of running away and doing all sorts of things. So what do we know specifically about Emily's case? Because to me, it just seems baffling that it seems like we know nothing about who they're looking for.
Reminder on Troy, and I spoke with the Gila County Sheriff's Office earlier today. A couple of updates that I wanted to give you. So far, they still don't have any suspects or persons of interest at this point. One thing that they noted is that they are in the process or have already drafted search warrants for all major social media companies to try and get any communication that Emily Pike may have had prior to her death. Also to note, although there was a preliminary autopsy that was done, they still don't know the exact cause of Emily Pike's death. The encouraging news in all of this is that they do still continue to get new leads and tips coming in. Troy.
With those warrants come up with something. Bianca, thank you for the report.